Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids, and in today's video, I'm finally going to be spending all of these big coins, well not all, but nearly all, of these big coins that I've been saving pretty much literally since Soulstone Summoning first arrived in the game. I've been saving, it's been almost a year? I guess so. We're going to be using those today to buy some Eternal Soulstones and to complete, I'm going to break down how good this is or how bad this is for you. The first ever Soulstone Rush tournament, which is in the game. So, 2,500 points to max it out. There's some pretty, decent enough stuff along the way. Ancient Shard, a Void Shard, Epic Tome, Rank 5 Chicken, XP Barrel and Feast, 6-star Chaos Ore, Legendary Tome, and a Sacred Shard. How to win. So these are the points, okay? So 10 for Immortal Soulstone, pretty terrible. 100 for an Immortal, okay, and 500 for an Eternal. So I'm going to be pulling 5 Eternal Soulstones. A couple of things straight off. Number one, bear in mind, I've been saving up my coins basically since this thing started. I'd say certainly you do get some Eternals, and I've been mostly pulling the ones. I've got that one Eternal right now, which was from a Hero's Path, and I saved it. But there's been a few Eternals in Hero's Path events, so that's actually one of the easier places to get them, and maybe some bonus Immortals as well. You actually probably get more or equal to doing that as you do from doing like all of Hydra and Iron Twins. The Hero's Path is a pretty big source of these. But needless to say, to get 5 is a long time saving. You're not getting that much, I would say, in the sense of, you've saved for so long, this is what you're going to get. Some nice bonuses, but it's not account changing or anything like that. But at the same time, there's not much else out there for you to do in order to get extra rewards, right? It's just sort of pull them outside of this event or pull in a Soulstone Chase. Which is better? Well, to put it in perspective, okay? Let me just double check you can see. Yeah, you can see. So this was from, what, almost 2 weeks ago? This was the first Soul Chase tournament. And you could see these were the values. So there was actually 1,500 points. This was a tournament compared to an event as well. So things could be a little bit different. But this had 1,500 points. And we worked it out. Again, we did a big old spreadsheet at the time, in terms of how many points each would give. It's quite complicated. You can watch the videos from that event if you want to see. But basically, it worked out something like this. All right. So for the Soulstone Chase, Immortal, about 6.75 points on average, an Immortal 40.7, and Eternal 246.4. So to get the 1,500 points, it took on, roughly speaking, 222 Mortal, 37 Immortal, or 6 Eternal. How does this compare? How many do you need to max out this one right here? Well, here we go. Let's break it down. So for Soulstone Rush, again, Mortals are worth 10, Immortals 100, Eternals 500. So we can see an Eternal is kind of like, it's a bit above double the value on average. We'll talk about that in a second. Immortal is more than double the value, and Mortals are not quite double the value. And that comes through fairly clearly, I think, in the averages here. For 2,500 points, you can see it'd be 250 Mortal. So it's actually Mortal Soulstone seems to be worse for Soulstone Rush than Soulstone Chase. I think it's fairly comparable to Ancient Shards. Immortal Soulstones are actually way better for Rush than they are for Chase. Again, I think that's fairly comparable to Void Shards. And then Eternals are slightly better for Soulstone Rush than Chase, which again, sort of similar to Sacred Shards in a sense. So there you go. I would say on the whole, Soulstone Rush for your bigger Soulstones is actually giving you a bit more bang for your buck, as it were. Literally, if you are spending to buy these, right, then literally more bang for your buck. But on top of that, one thing I like is that, okay, if we jump back to this chart of probabilities, right, this point, like 6.75 score for Immortal, this is really distributed all over the different rarities you can get. So there's a ton of randomness here. There's absolutely tons of randomness in terms of how much your stuff will actually be worth. Like you could get 1,000 points from Immortal, but it's very, very unlikely, Whereas the nice thing about this Rush event is that it's flat points. And I think that's actually really good. You know exactly how much you are going to get with the stones you have, and you can make that decision. There's no gambling, there's no guesswork. It's not like, oh, I got unlucky and I'm short and now I'm tempted to buy, You know exactly where you are before you even pull your first stone. That's why I can say I'm pulling 5 Eternal Soulstones, and I'm 100% sure I'm maxing out this event with exactly 2,500 points. 100% sure. And that for me is very worthwhile. It's kind of funny. It made me think about shard events, right? Shard events, huh? Uh, why do I not prefer? I don't like Summon Rush much. I prefer Champion Chase. Why is that? Because Summon Rush, again, is fixed points. I think the reason is that Summon Rush usually coincides with 10x events, and 10x events aren't very good, whereas Champion Chase nearly always coincides with 2x events, which are brilliant for getting epic champions. The best way to get epics, pretty much, and also up your chance of legendary. So I think with shards, that actually sort of skews my view. But with soulstones, because we got no boosted rates, I actually much prefer, I will say, this soul rush event. So here we go. We've got 5 eternal soulstones to pull. My wish list for the epics is Seer, want a 6-star, obviously, Shamail, and Royal Guard. And for the legendaries, it's, you know, what can I say? It's the OP arena champions that I'm using all the time now for live arena: Yumiko, Sifi, and Rotos. 3 of my most recent pulls as well. I've been on a roll. I've been on a luck streak recently. Will it continue with these? Legendary. It's a legendary. That's actually huge. Okay. This already makes it worth it. This already makes it worth it. 5-star Nekmothar. People are going to be so jealous of that. Like, even if we pull absolute trash, just feed it right back in from the rest of these Eternals. It is okay. That makes it worthwhile. He is one of the absolute best Hydra champions in the game. Giving him 5 stars, that's a whole bunch of extra stats, and that's probably running Brimstone very consistent. You could also run him Cruelty, you know, have that stack up pretty highly, pretty quickly. That is pretty awesome, though. I'm very happy about that one. Let's go in again. Not on my wish list, but we will take it. And getting a legendary at all is pretty good. Okay, it's an epic this time. It's a Dur the Hunger, actually a pretty cool champion. Not one I would use very often, but hey, if there was ever like epic only sort of demon spawn faction stuff, he'd be pretty good as a reviver and healer. Let's see what we get next. He's not trash. I might actually keep that one. We've got another epic. Magnar, 5-star. Okay, again, a really strong epic here. Let's say, unfortunately, there's not really that many amazing ascensions for Magnar, but now that he's 5-star, I mean, you get him to 6-star, and he can use that ignore defense one. That's pretty nice for some wave-based content and stuff like that. It's decent in arena. Might just run him with Cruelty? I'm not sure. But yeah, as a HP-based nuker, an epic, there's not that many perfect awakenings for him. Man, we're getting great stuff here. We're due something rubbish. Here we go. It's rubbish. I know it is. There we go. Tomoe. Okay. 6-star Tomoe. So she, I think, honestly, is not a great champion. She does some fun Shadowkin only stuff, but I think that is almost definitely a sell it back. Sell it back and get some coins back. Thank you very much. And the final one, here we go. Pity it's our 6 stars want to sell back, but legendary? No, it's an epic. Finally, it's oh my god. And speaking of trash, it's a 6-star Yelagurna. This champion is absolutely terrible. I did a video on her. I really do not like this champion. So those are both probably going to be sold back. How much will they sell back for? To actually get 6... Let me just put this in context, though. For the look, you only have a 20% chance to get a 6-star. We got 2. That's actually... We're beating the odds. We got 40% 6-star there. I got pretty lucky. We got 1 legendary. That's pretty much bang on. How much would that sell for? Yelagurna. It sells for 380 coins. So... yeah, we could sell that back and we could sell the other one back and we could almost buy half of a, or more than half. We could almost buy a soulstone. But hey, I am pretty happy with those. Nekmothar, 5-star. That is amazing. That's absolutely huge. Magnar jumping up to 5 stars. That's pretty nice as well. Won't complain about that. Dur, I will ascend Dur up to 5 stars. And then I still have some 6-star stuff lurking around. Let me see. These are my 6-star souls that I've got so far. So I think all of these champions I would sell, honestly. The legendaries I'm going to keep. Lanatharil actually become one of my more wanted champions because he is 6-star awakened. That's really nice. And yeah, his ally attack, he actually becomes, I think, really good for Fire Knight now. That like Newt is going to be coming in and is so insanely good for yeah, for Fire Knight with his A1. That ally attack, really good synergy, right? Really good to get even more Newt A1s out. And yeah, win, basically. But there we go. Okay, not too bad. The wish list, literally nothing. Literally nothing from the wish list showed up. But hey, that's life, I guess. So there you go. Let me know what you think of this event. Bam, just to show you as well, we have completed this, which is beautiful. I'm just going to grab all this stuff. Void Shard, thank you very much. I will take this stuff. Beautiful, beautiful. Back up to 23 Sacred Shards. Should be well set for the weekend for 2x Ancients with the Newt Fusion and all that. 2x Sacreds, excuse me, with the Newt Fusion. But yeah, thanks for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. I wish you luck if you are going to participate in this. Like I said, for me, this is my preferred event of them. But it really is dependent on having Immortals and Eternals. But I think for now, if you have the patience, you might as well wait for Soulstone Rush events would be what I'm thinking right now. But yeah, let me know what you think, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.